On this video, I'm going to try to show you how to do a couple of stitches. This one is called a V-stitch. I think some folks also call it a wheat stitch. The second stitch I'm going to try to show you is the Fern stitch, which is this one right here. Okay, and then here's another V-stitch right here. So let's see if we can get this set up. I think I have figured out a way to hold this up around my neck and get started here. So I hope I can keep it in the viewfinder. The kitty is sleeping, so hopefully he won't be bothering me. So on the sample piece I've been doing, you see that I've already done actually two rows of the V-stitches. And if you'll notice on this particular one, I have been stitching the second row into the vertical part of the V. All right? This will enable you, all of your V's will stack up on top of each other if you stitch into the first right side of the row below. If you stitch into the left side only of the row below, then you will get this swirling pattern right here, rather than being a vertical pattern. It will swirl. But I wanted to do it this way so I could go right into that fern stitch afterwards. So what I'm going to do is, as I go to take my next stitch, I'm going to come into the back and I'm going to go into the vertical stitch here. Now, because this is sinew, if I go into the stitch, it's going to split. So if you don't want it to split, then you can go in just to the left side of the vertical. And I'm going to come out on the front in the middle of the sinew. One of the reasons I don't care to work with sinew when I do this is because the sinew does split if you go through the sinew. All right, now to make the vertical side of the V, you're just going to come through the same stitch or the same hole 2 times. Okay, so I'm going to come right back through that same stitch. The V part forms when you go to the next V that you're going to stitch into. And again, I'm going to go in just to the side of it, and I'm going to come through the center of the right side of the V. Okay, that's what forms the V here. Now, as I get towards, and this is my starting point, so as I get to the last place that I want, let me add another couple of pine needles here. I'm getting a little loose. All right, so I'm going to go on around. Going to take my second stitch into the same place. So I'm now around to my last V. Yeah, and let me put some more pine needles in. It's getting awfully loose. So when I get to my last V, I'm only going to take the vertical stitch. and I'm going to come back through the same hole, and I'm going to make half of my V. Now, if I wanted to make this a fern stitch, or a W stitch, if you like letters of the alphabet, then all I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a back stitch all the way back around. Okay, coming back through the same hole, coming up through the front. Okay, and I'm going to go back through all the same holes that I came around through on my forward stop. Okay, back through the same hole, and as you see, we're starting to form our V's. I mean our W's. Sorry, getting my alphabet confused. Okay. Oops, I'm getting out of your viewpoint here. Still haven't figured out the best way to do this without a third hand. Okay, so now we have our fern stitches. Okay. Now, some of the looks that you can get, if you look at this one, there's your fern stitch. If your bottom row is a little bit further apart, then you can get a look like this. And this is the back side. Okay. So when I would come around for my second row on my W's, my fern stitches, I would be stitching through this center part. Okay? I hope this was visible. Well, I'll run it by and see.